Hey everybody! So, a while ago I made one of those things that was like, draw this character in a bunch of different styles things, and it was super fun. But I got the idea one day, dang, the art in the Vocaloid community is incredibly cool. What if I just did this, but with this? And so I did! I picked 8 of my favorite art styles present within the Vocaloid music scene, and I drew myself in all of them. So, yeah, that's what I did. Let's get started. Let's go! I started off by drawing myself. Not really much to see here, so I guess I'll just talk about the recent Magical Mirai concert. What did you guys think? I loved it a lot. This one brought like so many surprises and like really good songs. Kaito had an amazing anniversary section. This year's theme song and design really grew on me and are now some of my favorites. The new screen implementation for like the visuals and the R3 modules were really cool. My favorite songs of the night were Telecaster B-Boy and Hatsune Creation Myth, which was the theme song. Overall, just like a really fun one. And now for the first art style, PinocchioP. I think he might be my favorite Vocaloid producer of all time. His art and music are endlessly inspiring and relatable to me. Even if I don't know the meaning of a particular song, I end up sort of like projecting my own emotions onto it, you know? I started listening to a lot of his old, more raw style of producing present within Comic and Cosmic and Obscure Questions. Yeah, and it really has a lot of blaring guitars and harsh synths, but gosh darn it, I really do adore it. And I really love his art as well. The colors, symbolism, and technique are all fantastic and very complimentary to the music. I ended up really disliking how my sketch for this one turned out, so I ended up completely redoing it later on in post. And I'll show you that here. The end result for this piece isn't one of my favorites of the bunch, but I'm still quite satisfied with how it turned out nonetheless. Alright, next is Nayutalien. Nice and quick, their simple, sketchy style emulates a funny little friend you're drawing on the side of your notebook at school when you should be taking notes and oh god, you're going to fail because you've been blasting solar system disco into your ears for the past half hour instead of listening to the clearly important information the teacher has been saying, oh god, oh no, what have I done? I love Nayutalien! The playful electric guitars, 8-bit synths, and energetic Miku tuning make for exuberant, joyful melodies. You can tell that I watch a lot of video essay YouTube, can't you? My favorites are the iconic Alien, Dance Robot Dance, and Solar System Disco, and also Andromeda. The Chimera edition of Dance Robot Dance, however, it's like a journey. Holy crap, it's so good. The amount of producers they get to guest in it, what? It's bonkers. Please listen to that album, it's very good. Next up is Oyster Project. Oster has been around since the beginning. Their official illustrator's name is, and they're pretty much responsible for all early Oyster Project videos, so I'm drawing inspiration mainly from them. The amount of iconic Vocaloid tracks that Oyster Project is responsible for is like genuinely insane. I think they have the most like big hits in the Vocaloid scene that came from like one person out of any other producer. Like, they made Love Ward, On the Rocks, Miracle Paint, House of Songs featuring Michi M. I could keep on going, and I will, haha, because there are so many. Summer Idols, Piano Forte Scandal, Trick and Treat, Music Like Magic, Marginal, and I'm probably forgetting a few, but yeah, Oster's influence in the Vocaloid scene cannot be understated. Truly, to me, my favorite Oyster Project song of all time is Vocaloid in Love, specifically the Mykonopolis version. I think I've talked about Mykonopolis before, but it's one of the greatest Vocaloid albums of all time to me, and I just have so much love for that specific song. It's joy. It makes me so happy. I've been rambling a lot about this, so on to the next one. Hachi. Mataro Yoshika has been with me for years, and is hands down my favorite Hachi song, and one of my favorite Vocaloid songs of all time. I absolutely adore the pure chaos and disorder that Hachi's music and art embody, and it's such a shame to know that he was in such a horrible mental state during like the height of his career as a Vocaloid producer. Though now he goes by Kenshi Yoazu and is basically like a super big celebrity in Japan now, his Vocaloid music has deeply resonated with me the most. Sand Planet is the ultimate ode to the Vocaloid community. Hachi and Wawaka are some of the most impactful and important Vocaloid producers of all time to me, and I really tried my best to pay tribute to his art. I haven't listened to all of his stuff, but the ones that I have like deeply resonated in with me, like Donoho Mataro Yoshika, World's End Umbrella, and Sand Planet. But yeah. Oh, and Panda Hero! Oh my gosh, how could I forget? To shift to a lighter note, next up is Kira, and Kira's official illustrator, Echoberry. Kira is my favorite English Vocaloid producer, no doubt, and his songs, like, fun pop-infused style get me, like, really motivated to work hard and have fun. Specifically, whenever I'm drawing, I love to listen to Kira's stuff. It's very, very good. Getcha is such a well-crafted pop anthem, and I cannot listen to it without smiling. And it's so clear to see how much Echoberry's art has improved over the years and years with every new song. They are so talented. And of course, I had to make the shoulder patch the funny little bird friend. I love Kira's work. Up next is Harufuri. I got really into their music earlier this year, and the rock emotional guitar was the perfect soundtrack for my highly introspective summer. This one, unfortunately, was the most frustrating for me to draw of the bunch. I'm really not used to drawing in a purely anime art style, and I had a really high standard for how I wanted this one to look. But I did end up being pretty happy with the result I got, but man, this one was surprisingly difficult. Harufuri is definitely the most obscure one here by a long shot. I assume due to the lack of, like, English translations, and I haven't seen any English translations of his stuff either, so I don't know what his songs are really about. But I do think they're very interesting sounding, and I really like them. They primarily use Kasane Teto as well, which is always lovely to hear, because she's a super underrated character compared to Gumi or any of the other Krypton main cast. My favorites here are Getemono and Girl on the right, but I do also love Restart/Reset. I think that's what the translation for it came out with. I don't know, I use Google Translate, it's not very good. Next is Nyanyannya, which I don't want to say the stupid producer name again, because it's a really silly producer name, but holy crap, what an art style! Oh my gosh, it's so good. I was super intimidated by this one at first, but I so wanted to do it. It's so freaking cool. Talk about chaos! Nya has this insane overarching story and truly bonkers character designs and names that I just can't help but love. Their motto, Draw the World, is incredibly fitting too. Just look at their art. Anyways, this turned out to be my favorite one just because of how fun it was to draw. I definitely didn't get to the level of detail that I would have wanted to, but I tried my best, and I'm really, really proud of this one. And lastly is Kei. Kei is not a Vocaloid producer, as far as I'm sure. I might have to check the wiki on that one. But they are Hatsune Miku's official illustrator and created the unofficial Hatsune Miku manga. I've had the manga ever since my very, very early Vocaloid days in the fandom, and it's always a treat to see Kei's beautiful illustrations. They even still do some design artwork for Magical Mirai. Look at this! It's so pretty! This one was also quite a challenge because it required me to do more digital painting. Fun! Not gonna lie, this was probably my least favorite one to do because of how frustrating digital painting was, but I did my best. And that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Who's your favorite Vocaloid artist, producer, or song? Heck, even album. Please, tell me about interesting Vocaloid albums. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below, and please subscribe. It helps me out a ton, it helps out my band Theta, and it's just generally super cool thing to do. Having an obscure fan base is like the greatest, and I'd love you to join. I love you guys! Goodbye!